she did a class with me, 12 Gifts of Christmas, and she used this set, the paper and the Delicate Pines bundle. The paper is current, it's still in stock, and the bundle is also, but these you can die cut out. And I'm sure some of the pines you can die cut out too, but isn't the paper gorgeous? I just think it's so pretty. Just fabulous. Pretty, pretty. All right, so we'll set that aside. So my ordering special this week is if you place an order with me of $50 or more, you will get a mystery package from me. I have lots of retiring and beautiful things. So if your order is like $50, it'll be $25. If your order is $75 or more, your package will be valued at $50. It could be stamp bundles. It could be designer series paper, gems, ribbon, all that good, all those good things. And so that's the ordering special. If your order is $75 tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, you get free shipping. Plus, you can get the product of the month, which is really cool. And that's just gorgeous. All right, so that's my ordering special. Let's do this beautiful gift bag here. Let me show you how to make this. I also have one or two other projects I'll be doing probably tomorrow afternoon, and I will post something and let you know what time. So for this, these projects are about using up our holiday designer series paper. And we all know we usually have a lot of paper sitting around, at least I do, not only after the holidays, but in general. So these projects will help you use up that paper. And so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with two pieces of designer series paper. You want them the same pattern. And I've chosen this one. I love the dark greens in it. And on the other side are the beautiful snowflakes. And yes, I believe these you can die cut out. So we're going to do some scoring on this paper. I'm grabbing my trimmer. And we're going to score the first piece at 1 inch on 3 of the sides, and then 3 inches on 1 of the sides. So we're going to go 1 inch, and the lighter blade here is the scoring blade. You just want to be careful you don't push really hard. So we're doing 1 inch on 3 sides. It was bitter cold here this morning, -4. And then we're going to do 3 inches on the fourth side that we haven't scored yet. So I'm lining this up at 3 inches here. All right, and this 3 inches is going to be our bottom of the bag. I'll set the trimmer aside, and let's just fold these over, and you can decide which side you want for the outside of your bag. We'll just do our folds, and then we'll lightly burnish these with a bone fuller. All right, so now we've got, this is going to be the top of our bag. So you want to turn, you've got the two 1 inch sides here, and the 3 inch piece is at the bottom. And then this is going to be our top. So we're going to use some, you can use liquid glue or Seal Plus. I'm going to use Seal Plus here. And just, you want something kind of strong to adhere that down. Oh, I've got to show you a card I got from Renee Gines yesterday in the mail. Really super pretty. All right, so we've got adhesive on there, and I'm just going to fold that over like that. All right, and then on the bottom here, let's fold our sides in. Like this. All right, so this is the bottom, and we're going to cut off these two small rectangles. Here's our bottom flap, but we're going to cut up to this score line right here. Hi, Elaine. You have no sound? Oh no. Can you guys hear me? Can you let me know? Somebody comment that you can hear me. Okay. All right, so I'm going to cut up this side right here. We're going to take that tab out. Okay, Jean, thank you. Krista, you can hear. Okay. Elaine, maybe it's your computer. Okay, thanks, Margaret. I don't know, lately technology has just, it makes me so nervous. Last week what happened was when I switched to my phone, it disconnected. My sound was attached to my computer. So when I did that, when I took the computer off, I did it a wrong way and lost our sound. So, all right, so this is what we've got. We've got this piece here. We've got our two sides, and then we have the bottom flap here. Okay, so let's do the second piece. Oh, you know what? I think I did that wrong. Oh my word. I did. I cut this off as if it was the second piece. All right, we're going to redo the first piece here. And let me pull up the tutorial just to make sure I didn't do a okay, project sheets and tutorials. And I will, if you guys order with me, you will get the tutorials for these. Okay, not the right gift bag. All right, let's see. And there is quiet. All right, let's go to Word. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, no. So this is as if it's the second sheet, you guys, okay? So we're going to pretend this is your second sheet, what you're going to do with it. And actually, I'm just going to go back and restart because I want to make sure I have this right for you guys. Okay. So I'm going back to Facebook. And so we're going to start with our DSP. We're going to score on at 3 inches on 3 sides and 1 inch on the top. All right, we'll come back to that. So 3 inches on 3 sides. There's 3. we'll catch up fast here. And 3, 3. If you're watching if you watch the replay, I will have in the notes, in the description, where to start, okay? So 3 inches on 3 sides and then 1 inch on the top. And this is gonna be our flap that we turn over. All right. So let's turn these in. There, so we've got much wider. I looked at that and I thought, this does not look right. And it wasn't. All right, so this is, let's do our bag this way. With this on the outside and this is the flat, okay? All right, so let's glue our flap down. And I'm going back to here. Get our flap glued down. Right along there. Whoops. I thought, well, I'll use Seal Plus because it's not so sticky, you know, like if you have to hold paper down. But then there's the issue of sometimes it doesn't want to behave. All right, so we're going to fold that down like that. And we're going to do the snowflakes on the outside here. And this is our bottom. Okay, so we're going to cut up here. We're going to create these tabs on the side, and they're pretty wide. We're cutting up right to there. And then I'm just going to miter them a little bit on the side here, on both sides of it. Like that. Same thing, we're going to cut up this one. And go up the sides like this. All right, we'll get rid of those strips. Okay, and now we're going to add adhesive to the back side here. I'm going to add a couple strips of adhesive, a couple rows of strips of adhesive, like that. And we're just going to fold this in and match up our score line to the end of the 3 inch, or the flap there, like that. And we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to fold this up. So we're making a little kind of box, half of the gift box that we will put the other piece into. All right, and we're going to do the same thing here. I'm folding this up and meeting that. So this is what we have. We have our half of a box right there. All right, so I'm going to grab another piece of the paper. I'm grabbing it out of the package here. Oh my goodness. Does everybody have their shopping done? I don't have a lot left to do. Just a little bit. And wouldn't you know, I don't have that pattern here. Okay, come on. All right, I have take a sip of hot cocoa or coffee or water or whatever you have. I'm grabbing my other package of DSP. Oh, I've got to show you guys Renee's card. It's so pretty. So she's used the Peace on Earth bundle with the dies here, and this is some of this paper, and she's embossed the background with the embossing folder. I think it's something greenery embossing folder that goes with that set. I'm not sure where the Joy die cut is from. Does anybody know where that's from? What set that's from? I don't have it. And I'm not sure. But anyways, and then there's sparkly foil paper here. It's really, really pretty. All right, so this piece is 12 by 12. We're going to cut 4 inches off one end of it. So it'll be 8 by 12. So I'm just going to cut right here. And we're going to use this for our card. So I'm going to set that aside. Now this is the one we score at 1 inch on 3 sides and 3 inches on the bottom. Okay, 1. And 1. And just want to make sure I'm doing this right. I'm checking it again. All right, 1, 1, and then this is going to be 1 here. And then 3 inches. This one is not scored. So this is going to be the 3-inch one. So that we're going to score it 3 inches on the long side, one of the ends of the long side. Okay. And we'll just fold these down. Oops, we're going this way with those beautiful snowflakes. They're going to be on the outside. All right. And I'm going to come in with my Seal Plus and go along there. Go right across there. And fold that down. These are going to fold in here. And this is going to fold up. Now this is where we cut off those 2 little side pieces. All right, so I'm going to go up the side here. So we'll just have kind of a wide center flat. I know it's hard for you guys to see the score lines. It's hard for me to see the score lines here. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add adhesive to the bottom here. I'm going to put it in 3 places. Like that. And then we're going to add adhesive to our sides. My while I'm down here doing my live, my granddaughter's going to come and get my dog. She's a golden doodle, and my granddaughter is taking vet science at BOCES, so she trims her for me, and she does a really good job. My golden doodle's hair grows really fast, and it gets to be kind of a mess. I don't know if anybody that's watching has a golden doodle, but all right, I'm going to switch to my, we got a snag in the tape there, the tape runner, so I'm going to switch to my liquid glue. All right, in the meantime, what we're going to do is I'm going to set in the bottom of this bag first. I'm going to push it right up against the bottom of my half a bag. And then I'm going to match up the sides here like that. And we'll add a little liquid glue there to help hold that together. I'm just going to go down like that. My glue gun is, I've got to refill it. We didn't have time to do it today. So there's that one. I'm just going to take and push that down a little bit. And I'm going to add adhesive along this. Like that. There is our pretty bag. Okay, so let's do, I've got a little bit of sticking up here. I'm just going to leave that. All right, let's do our, we're going to punch a hole in each end, and I like it kind of wide. So I'm using a 1/2 inch circle punch, or you can use your regular 1/4 inch punch, whichever you would like to use. All right, and I'm going to use, I love this ribbon with this paper. Now, this isn't the ribbon that comes in the suite. This is the seafoam and the shaded spruce that's reversible. It's stitched ribbon. So I'm going to use that on the bag. I'm looking for my little punch. I thought I brought it over. I probably set it over here, and let me go just look on my cupboard. The other thing that you can do, you can use your take your pick tool. It's pretty heavy to go through that. So I'm just going to use, we'll do the regular punch, and then I can make the hole bigger with my take your pick tool. So I'm punching that. This is a pretty small hole with my paper punch in the center, and then I'm going to punch another one on the opposite side in the center. See how far down. About like that. If you want to, you could measure it. It's not my jam. And then I'm going to make this a little, you could go in and make it a little bigger with scissors, actually. I think that's what I'll do. I'm just going to put a little slit right there. And the same thing on this side. Not towards the top of the bag, but towards the bottom. Right? And I'm going to start with I'm going to twist the end of your ribbon and put it through that hole. All right, and I'm going to tie a knot here. Okay, and then you can decide how long or how far you want it to stick out. I'm going to cut quite a bit off right there. So I'm going to start from the outside and go to the inside. I'm just going to twist that. Okay, and we'll make a knot. Isn't this ribbon pretty? I love that it's like two-sided. All right, and then we'll trim our end off right here on an angle. And we'll trim this one on an angle. All right, now let me show you how to do the hanging card. So here is our bag. So we cut off that 4-inch piece of designer series paper. So this is 4 by 12, and we're going to cut it down to 4 by 10 and a half. So I'm going to cut 1.5 inches off the end right here. So we would fold it at 5 1/4. If you want to score it and fold it that way, you can. I'm just going to fold it in half. All right. And we're going to add this to a card base that's 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm using thick basic white here. I haven't used this glue bottle in a long time. I forget how wide the stream is that comes out of it. All right, so I'm putting that on there like that. And then I have a strip of designer series paper. Let me get my little box here and get it out. All right, and this is 4 by 1 1/4. I'm just going to add this across the front. Across the center of the front. Like that. Now I'm gonna layer some ribbon here, some of that beautiful ribbon. So let's put a little bit of Seal Plus here. And I'll bring the ribbon in again. All right, so I want to make a loop, probably like at least 2 inches. And we're going to center that on there. And then I'm going to add some more Seal Plus. I don't think that took, so I'm going to use a glue dot. I have a love-hate relationship with Seal Plus. It's just a little kind of difficult sometimes. All right, so we've got that. And then we're going to make a loop down here. And I want the darker green on the I'm going to twist it actually. So I want the darker green here. It won't show because we're going to have a snowflake on the top of that. I'm just going to add that right there. Notice I have not cut off my ribbon. I will now though. Right, I'm going to cut the ribbon. And I'll cut this off in a minute. So I'm going to stamp the large snowflake onto a piece of basic white cardstock. I'm going to ink it up with Old Olive. It's so pretty. Okay, I should have stamped it a little darker. Probably my ink pad needs to be re-inked too. Okay, and I've already die cut one out. I'm using that beautiful large snowflake die that's in the set, in the Delicate Pine set, and that is here. So, and there's one in the DSP you can just cut out without stamping it, but I wanted heavier paper. You see all the beautiful dies in that set? Just so pretty. All right, so I'll save that for something else. And I'm going to layer this onto here with dimensionals. Do you have your Christmas cards done? I do not yet. Hoping to by the end of this week. Okay. So let's add this over our ribbon. I think I'll add it like this. See if that looks centered. Okay, and I'm gonna cut off this end here. Just like that. And for the inside, we have DSP. So I have die cut use the Everyday Arches. I want to guess that this is the 4th largest one. And for the sentiment, I'm going to use Warmest Winter Wishes. You could cross out, you could do Warmest Wishes too if you didn't use one of the words there. And again, we're using Old Olive. And we'll stamp that right like that. Pretty fonts. Warmest Christmas Wishes. And let's see if I can get this to work. Oh, we're working here. Bring this back in and center it like that. Right, so, oh, we need a gem on here. And these gems in this set are just beautiful. They're the faceted snowflakes, and they come in silver, pretty peacock, and I think this is cherry cobbler. So let's go with a cherry. And we're going to put them right in the center of the snowflake there. Isn't that pretty? Hold it up so you can see it. right, so let me show you how to make the card holder, because this is going to hang on the front of our bag here. So I have a piece of basic white cardstock, and this is 5 by 1 1/4. And I'm going to take a ruler or something straight. And you don't have to do this. I'm just doing it to help me be more precise. We want to punch out, you can either die cut a long space out down here or punch out. I'm going to use an old punch, and I'm just going to draw a line in so I know about where to punch it. It's going to be below the center of this. All right, and I'm going to, you got a piece of crumb cake or a crumb cake marker here. I just want to put some dashes here. They're going to be punched out, they won't show. All right, just to help me line it up. Okay, does anybody remember this punch? So we want to punch out this area, or if you have a long die, you can use that too. I'll move it down. Just want to make sure I don't get too close to the end there. All right, that's a little, you can see there's a little bit of crookedness there, but we'll straighten it up. I want to just take a little more out of it. All right, and let me see if the card will fit through that. Yep, so it's long enough, wide enough. And I'm just going to trim this a tiny bit here. And then this edge here too. Now when we put it on the bag, we're only going to add adhesive to the top of this, not the bottom, because we've got to be able to put our card through it. And I did use thick basic white because it's heavier. So we're going to do a little stamping on this before we add it to the bag. And I have one of the little snowflakes I'm going to use. And I'm going to grab my soft succulent ink. You don't have to stamp it. I just like the look of it. Okay. And I'm going to use, I guess I'm going to use the old olive and stamp off because we want it kind of light. And I'm just doing the top part of it because the bottom is going to be covered. The card will be sitting on the bottom. All right, let's put one on this side. Okay. So we're going to bring the bag back in. Here, and we're going to just add glue to this upper part. And adhere this to the top of the bag. So you want to center it. Okay, that looks centered. And I've got a little piece of paper there. All right, so then our card sits, you just slide the card into the holder here like this. And it's really cool. You've got a gift bag to put your gift in, and your card is attached to the bag. So there's that project there. The other bag, I'll show you the other bag here, is with the darker pattern on the outside. And also I've got the snowflake point in the middle, where this one I've got the two at the top here instead of the point. They're both pretty bags. I'm not sure which I'd like better. Maybe this one, because I love this pattern paper. All right, let me show you how to do that pyramid box. So these are the pyramid boxes. And as I said, I've got candy in this one. They're really easy to do. And I also did one with the dark paper here, but they'd be really cute too with like the North Pole paper. It'd be really cute. All right, so we're going to start with a piece of designer series paper that's 6 by 12. All right, and I'm going to move this out of here because it's inky. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in half. And I want this for the outside. You could measure it and score it at 6 inches if you want to do it that way. Phone is a little crooked here. All right, so then we're going to open it up. We're going to fold it up this way, but we're only going to crease, I'm folding it in half, the first couple of inches on the end. So there's that end. Let's turn it this way. I gotta refresh my computer here. And do the same thing. We're only going to crease the first couple of inches. All right, so this part, the center is not creased here. We just have the uncreased there. Okay. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lori. Oh, that's the paper pumpkin dies. Okay, thanks. Hi, Patty. Nice to have you. All right, so now what I did, I saw a lady do this on Instagram and I cannot remember her name. I'll have to put her name in the directions. I'm going to market this with a marker where I want to start scoring from down to where I could just eyeball it, but you can see it a lot better if it's marked. So I'm just going to take a, let's see, what would kind of blend in with this? This is cloud cover. Let's see if this shows up at all. Yeah. Okay. There's a mark there. And then where the center crease is right here, I'm going to mark that. And the same thing over here. I think I'll mark it with something darker so you guys can see it better. Let's do this again. Okay. Here we go. There's that. We're going to mark it right on the crease there and here. You don't have to mark it at home. You can just eyeball it if you can see it. And then on the crease there. So we've got one there, here, here, and down here. All right. So I'm bringing the trimmer back in. And I'm going to score, lightly score from this center mark at the top and the side mark down here. So there's my scoring blade, like that. I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to do from here, right here, to down to this mark. Then we're going to do the other side from here down to here. I'm going to turn it, and we're going to score from this mark down to here. So these marks are the center of the top and the bottom and the center of the sides. This is going to make our folds to fold up to make our little package. All right, so we're going to fold that in. Going to fold this in. This in, and like, where is it? All right, so this is how the bag will work. It just folds up like this, how our box works, okay? So now I'm going to take one of the sides here and hold it, and I'm going to punch a hole in the center. Hole punch, where are you? So I get my finger out of there. And you want to put it down so it's not super close to the top, or you might have issues with it ripping when you pull ribbon through there. Okay, so now this side, I'm folding it up, I'm finding the center, and I'm going to punch it down a little bit right there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to run thread, or not thread, but ribbon through there. And I'm going to use the gold. Oh, I use different ribbons for the other ones, but I want to try this pretty gold weave. It's in the clearance rack right now. I love this. It might work pretty well because it's easy to twist. So you want to start with your outside piece. And maybe not so easy. Get in there. Okay. And then this would be the next piece here. And you could use like your take your pick tool. Let me pull more of this through here. You could even, I was thinking you could take a glue dot and stick it on your take your pick tool, and then it would stick to that while you're pushing it through. You gotta trim it. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to pull more of this through. All right, and then we're going to go to this one, because this would be the closest one to the last one that I just did. Sorry, I was probably out of camera. And then we've got one more to pull it through. And this is the last one here. Come on, get in there. Okay. And what did I do here? Here we go. All right, so it's almost closed. And when you get it so it's almost closed, then you can put your candy in, or if it's something larger, you could even put it in before you close it up. Okay, so then you would put your candy in there, and I'm just gonna pull that tighter, and I'm gonna pull a tag. I've got the second largest, or maybe third largest Stylish Shapes circle there. I'm going to add a die cut snowflake, and this is die cut from the Designer Series paper. It wasn't stamped. We'll just add that there like that. And then I will punch a hole in it, the top, wherever you want your top to be, and then you can write on the back like a little gift tag. All right, and we're going to pull this onto, or put our woven metallic ribbon through it. Okay, like that. And then we're going to tie a bow. This is a very easy way to use up your Designer Series paper, and for a cute little gift bag or gift holder. All right, and we'll just cut the ends here. And you can put some little gems on your tag if you wanted to. You could even put it on the front if you wanted to. All right, so here's some of the other ones I did with the Elegant Pines Snowflake Designer Series paper. This is with a Mossy Meadow gold and gold ribbon. You're welcome, Krista. Thank you. And then the bags are right here. That one, the bags with the hanging card, are right there. So I hope you enjoyed these. Tomorrow or later in the week, I will be sharing a large snowflake. I had done some smaller ones with Lisa Tabor in a class, and these are the same. They're just larger, and I thought they were really pretty. Turned out really pretty. So I'll be showing how to do that, and I might find one other project to do. Thanks so much for joining me today. And I hope you have a great evening, and I hope you stay warm. It's chilly out there. Okay, bye now.